more than 6 months now, we have followed Zaidyn Ward's journey. He's the young man from Lubbock who collapsed after his football game last fall.
Yeah, his story of recovery has gotten the attention of many, including one man on the East Coast. Well, now the two have connected, and they hope their new collaboration can bring about more awareness here in West Texas.
KLBK's Jaxie Pigeon joins us now with more. Jaxie.
At the start of the year, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin went into cardiac arrest on the field, sending a shock to people across the nation. Fast forward this week, a fully recovered Hamlin was on Capitol Hill advocating for more training and better access to AEDs in schools. He also sat down with President Biden at the White House to talk about his mission, something the president says he supports. But Rob Odie of 39 Hearts tells me Damar Hamlin collapsing that Monday night actually happens much more often than we think.
Don't take life for granted, because any day you can just leave.
These words from Monterey's Zaidyn Ward, just months after collapsing on the football field with a life-threatening heart problem called left main coronary artery stenosis in August. In November, Zaidyn had a successful open heart surgery and currently has an implantable defibrillator, but his road to recovery is far from over.
And this is where they took the tubes out of it.
Recently, the founder of Virginia-based nonprofit 39 Hearts, Rob Odie, reached out to Zaidyn's family to host a heart walk for him in Lubbock.
When I saw the picture of him laying in a hospital bed, with the wires and the tubes, even talking about it, to be honest, I've got chills going through my body because, I did not anticipate seeing the result that he's still here. I said, man, I need to find his family. I need to find him. I just want to talk to him.
Odie created the organization for his wife's cousin Darius, who back in 2018, but died from an aortic dissection. Since the tragedy, he decided to honor his memory by educating others about heart disease, which the CDC says kills one person every 34 seconds in the U.S.
It's a silent killer, right? It's something that completely comes unexpected for the most part, out of nowhere, and ultimately takes lives. And with this awareness piece, hopefully more and more student athletes will hear that you can't necessarily always play through the pain because, again, it could be life or death.
After talking with Zaidyn's family, the heart walk was a go. Combs says she is thrilled that Dr. Travis Batts will be there to teach the community about heart health and how to help in an emergency.
We're now trying to make the community here in Lubbock aware of what's to happen and educate you on how to treat these athletes that have the same problems.
There are 1,600 miles between Odie's hometown in Virginia and Monterey High School here in the hub city. But Odie says distance will never get in the way of his mission to help save lives nationwide.
We want to raise awareness for heart disease and really put a smile on this young man's face and make it as special of a day as possible and let him know that, hey, you've got a lot of support, you got a lot of love. Nobody expects to have your heart stop and then your whole life change before your eyes. So hopefully we can make an impact and change his life, change his family's life.
The Heart Walk for Zaidyn is scheduled for noon on May 6th. All the proceeds will go towards his medical expenses. You can find a link to donate over on our website, everythinglubbock.com.